Hi, Ilker. How are you?
Hello from Istanbul.
Hello, my friend. So today we have Ilker. He's from Tekyat. I let him to explain who is he, but before that, I want you guys know about some facts about him. So I know him more than 15 years. We were both working in Istanbul in different companies. He was a sales manager. That time I was a marketing manager, and then time passed, and then he became a CEO. I am still marketing manager. So I'm really proud of him, and I want to share his story with you to inspire you how he become a CEO. And he also do too many things for students, and I know he believe in you, and I want him to tell you why he believes in students and how he can help you for your future. So İlker, thank you very much to accept my request and to be here today with us. Why don't you start to talk about yourself? Tell us who you are, how you decided to be an engineer, and how you met SolidWorks.
Thank you, Simge. Yes, it's a little bit long story and old story, as you can guess. At high school, in our field, I mean engineering, it always been said that all smart people has to be an engineer. So basically, my first reaction was, yes, I'm a smart guy, so I have to be an engineer. But of course, I saw that it's not only smart men, also smart women. I believe most of them are in this field, and I always love to be together with them. And also, I love mathematics. My mathematics was so good. And I was playing some toys, making some kind of mechanical stuff, even at high school times. At that time, student teams, robotic championships were not popular, but we were doing something similar at home, at the school, with the parts we find. So everybody was telling me that you should look for a mechanical degree. It all started like that.
We are talking about 90s, correct?
Yeah, it was in the 90s. So my career, I mean, I started university in 1995. So it was a kind of a revolution, because 1995 is the time when Windows 95 first introduced. It was so interesting for me because till that time, I was not so good with computers. And I was crying to my family to have a PC at home, but they told me that only after you started your university degree, then you can get a PC. So I was a little bit lucky because the time I got my first PC was the time that Windows 95 released, which means that it became very easy for anyone in the world to use a PC. Till that time, I was checking my friends at schools using the old PCs, and I cannot figure out how to use it. They was just coding something and opening the PC, opening a game or doing something. And I said that, okay, this is something so hard for me. I cannot do it. But suddenly that revolution came, and I had my PC at home. It was very easy. And all my friends who were very familiar with this coding type of using a PC was coming to my house asking how to use Windows. So it was the first time in my life I feel that technology can really disrupt very quickly. Suddenly, I was the guy in the room that doesn't know anything about PCs, but in just 1 month time, I was the guy knowing everything about the latest technology, but all my friends asking to me. So that was the time I decided and also be addicted to follow up technology, everything, any new thing around the world. It was the starting point, I can say. So
I
after,
also wonder how you met SolidWorks. Tell me about it.
yeah, in fact, at that time, 3D was not around. It was all 2D. In fact, even we were using hands. Our teachers were teaching us to use our hands to design these 2D drawings. but I was not good at it. So I was again frustrated. I was saying that this mechanical engineering is not good for me, I guess, because I was getting not good results, because even the teachers was telling me that your hand is, when your hand is on the paper, it's wet, and the design is a mess at the end. Even if it's correct, I was not receiving good points from them. And suddenly I start to look and search for other alternatives instead of hand design. And one of my teachers showed me 2D design software. I don't want to mention the name, but let's say.
As long as you say 2D, I know what you are talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I like the technology, because first time I said, wow, 2D is good. So this 2D software helped me to undo, redo. I can easily do my job, but something was missing. So suddenly I cried to my teacher. I said that the software is good, but why they didn't do it like this? Maybe they can do it automatic. I can design something in 3D, but if I can design it in 3D, why I have to start again to design the front view, top view, isometric view, all from scratch? Why the software cannot do it automatically? And the guy told me, okay, Ilker, this is too far for you, because just a week ago, you were just designing on a paper. I showed you 2D software. Now you're asking something different. But then he was like a magician. He said, there's a new software. It's called SOLIDWORKS. So
You
new.
said that.
Yeah, the teacher told me.
Oh.
It was 1997, something like that. The software was SOLIDWORKS 97 Plus. Mm-hmm. He said that, I don't know the software, but I encourage you to check it. And I download the software from somewhere, okay? And then I start to use it. And in just 10 minutes time, I recognize that the software works fully as I expected. All the automation, I feel like, okay, I am the engineer behind this software, told them how to do this software. It was exactly, I couldn't change anything on it. All the icons, how the software works, the sketch environment, everything was so smart. I start to respect the software. I try to figure out who is the guy behind it. And at that moment, I stopped learning 2D software anymore. Even the teachers were forcing me to teach 2D. I said, no, this is old. I want to show you SOLIDWORKS. It's much better and it's much faster. And in the beginning, teachers really couldn't figure out why I am really pushing them so hard. And they asked me to make a presentation. And it was my first presentation at the school to show SOLIDWORKS also to my friends and to my teachers why it's the next generation technology.
It's amazing. So then you graduated from school and then you went to the real world. So yes. How was your experience as a person who knows SOLIDWORKS even maybe 20 years ago? Now we are telling our students that it's really important to know SOLIDWORKS because it helps you to find a good job, your dream job. But how was it 20 years ago? How did you find it? Was it easy or it helped you? How was it?
I think it is still same. It was always challenging. There was always crisis. I believe internship so much. So I thought that my internship could be an opportunity. In a way, I find an internship in a textile company. I said that I'm a good engineer. I have the potential, let's say, and I know some softwares, but they didn't understand all these softwares. It was so old technology at that time. Nobody knew anything about SOLIDWORKS. Even 2D softwares at that time were not so popular. And they said, okay, come, you are a young guy. We will teach you the skills we needed. And I just entered and started my first day. And suddenly I saw that they are using their hands to do the 2D drawings. And they asked me to do it. I said, okay, I can do it, but there are new technologies, I said to them. And in just 2 weeks' time, I find myself in front of the engineers of the company, teaching them SOLIDWORKS. I bring my PC from home to the company. I start to teach them SolidWorks and told them that, okay, guys, we have to upgrade you. And suddenly, the business owner asked me to come to his office. And suddenly my intern role started to change. And they said that we want you to design our new factory in 3D, totally in 3D. And
Wow.
I used my internship period to design the factory in 3D. And then the company bought 3 licenses of SolidWorks and asked me to teach all the engineers in the company how to use this software effectively.
Amazing.
And suddenly my internship became a kind of a job to me. They start to give me even some salary during the summertime. So I believe that technological advancing in my capabilities, as I can say, helped me to change my role very quickly in that company. I was sitting together with the business owner, what to do for the next step together. In fact, I was like just a new graduate. So
You know what I'm saying when I'm hearing and seeing what you are talking about. It was 20 years ago you did this impact with SolidWorks, and now I know you are working very hard on 3D Experience platform to make the same impact for students. You tell them if you learn 3D Experience platform, it will help you in the future. I will listen this from you, but I just want to, to mention about it, because what you have done for yourself, now you are making it happen for students. It's so, it's very nice actually. It's very nice.
Yeah, this is also our motto now in TechYas. We have a special intern team because, this is a teamwork. And when I check my team in my TechYas, how we can be very successful, it's always the team. And who has the most strong team spirit are most of the time the ones that we first met from their internship. So the top managers in our company are all our former interns. We are now like a family because, and I experienced it many times. I believe this so much. And also I started in TechYas as an intern because then I understood that.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Now you're a CEO, but you started as an intern.
Yeah, because suddenly I realized that, yes, I love to work with SolidWorks, but I don't feel okay just to influence one company. Because I said that, yes, I am young, I am helping this textile company, but okay, I'm teaching them, but there are many other companies that I want to show my capabilities. It was the feeling I had at that time. And I searched for who is this reseller for SolidWorks in Turkey. I knocked the door, I just step in. There were just 4 or 5 guys at that time, and they just started their SolidWorks business. And I told them that, okay, do you know that I know this software very well? And if you can share some time with me, I want to show my capabilities to you, and maybe I can help you. And they said, it's more than welcome, because there's an exhibition now. We have to present SolidWorks, and we don't know SolidWorks. Maybe you can help us. They invited me. They just say, okay, come with us. And so I remember that exhibition. It was my, break-even point, let's say. During the exhibition, we were at the booth. People are coming, trying to see some technology. And there were the SolidWorks installed in front of people, and they want to touch the software, but they don't understand anything. And the next day I said, okay, I will do something. I will bring my PC from home because it's very advanced, the latest one. And I also have my speakers at home, because even at that time, 20 years ago, speakers was not something common together with a PC. So I will bring my speakers, and I will just make a show in front of everybody to introduce SolidWorks, everybody around. In just 10 minutes time, the next day, I can say all the crowd in the exhibition area was behind me, trying to understand what is SolidWorks. Amazing. So also the business owners amazed, and just in 5-10 minutes time, they said that, Ilker, you are starting to work with us. You are going to be the SolidWorks guy here in this company, and you will be able to reach all small, medium companies in Turkey to present SolidWorks and what are the capabilities of SolidWorks. And as I was addicted to SolidWorks at that time, it was not a job anymore for me. It was like a passion, and it was like my hobby. So I loved to visit companies, try to understand their problems. And at that time, I was be able to talk with business owners. So I tried to learn what are their problems. Even I was so young, it was really so good for me to learn what were their problems and how we can solve with SolidWorks.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing point what you just said. It's like, yes, you like to work with companies, you like to solve their problems, but what about students? Why you are so into to help them? Because I know, I mean, now we are talking about your life, but you just joined Techias as an intern, and now you are the CEO. Of course, there's a huge success story. But why? Well, as a CEO now, you should focus on the companies who give you money, isn't it? So
Yeah,
why students? Tell me, why you want to inspire them?
because I experienced what a single student, because I was an intern, what a single student can be able to transform in a company. I made it when I was an intern in a textile company. I also made it for Techias. And of course, I also started as a SolidWorks trainer and also the sales guy, but also I was giving the training at the weekend. So I trained many students for SolidWorks, because when I was selling SolidWorks at that time, 20 years ago, the business owner was asking, okay, the software is good, but who is going to use this software?
Yes.
So I said, okay, no worries. I will spend my weekends to teach SolidWorks to the students, starting from my friends from the university, but also to other students in the universities. I really met very smart students at that time. I teach them SolidWorks just 2 days. After 2 days of education, I asked those students to start a job in my customers. One student for each company transformed all these companies. For example, nice story, 3 of my new graduated friends from mechanical engineering asked me what we should do. Do you have any suggestion? I taught them SolidWorks. They know SolidWorks, and I asked them to join a very famous global elevator company in Turkey. Just 3 students. As I met the business owner, I also encouraged him to take the initiative to put PCs in front of these students. And I said, I challenge you. You will see that in 2 weeks' time, these 3 students that got training from me only for 2 days will do all the job you are doing with 10 people on 2D, I said. And he was really a visionary guy. He said, okay, let's do it. I spent my couple of days a week in that facility with my friends from the university. They were engineers. And in 1 week time, there was a challenge. There was a global challenge from this elevator company asking all the facilities to build a cabin, a lift cabin, to an exhibition. They are also competing. A Brazilian factory is designing an elevator. The one in Germany is doing, the one in Turkey is doing. And I worked with my friends from the university. In just 1 month time, we didn't only design the cabin made of sheet metal with many holes, very precise holes in SolidWorks. We even build it from the CNC machines, from the laser cutting machines. We build it. And at the exhibition, I visited that exhibition. The only country could manage to build this cabin, the elevator cabin, was the factory in Turkey. The Brazilians could just bring some pictures in 2D. The other factories also, and everybody amazed, and they would start to ask, how did you manage to do that? And the guy said, only 3 kids, just new graduates. We believed them. We asked them to use the latest technology, and we did it. They decided to make the facility in Turkey the R&D center of the group. And the manager of the factory became the R&D manager of all the group around the world. And this company also bought 250 licenses of SolidWorks. And when I look at this story, just 3 students, new graduate, fresh blood, they just believed a new technology and changed everything in the company. This was the biggest story maybe in my career, but I've experienced many of them. And it was always the students. Because unfortunately, when you start a job and when you get used to use the technologies around you, your life is really busy. It's not so easy to look for new technologies, to adopt new things, to change yourself. It's always a challenge. Personally, also, it's always hard to change. So it's always the impact comes together with the fresh blood. If the company is visionary and know the power of the fresh blood, if you can really create a good mixture together with the experience, I believe you can change the world for anything. So I always believe that I have to educate students. I need to offer them the opportunity, and I don't want them to lose their time and lose their focus. They can change the world. This technology is democratized. If you have the really the game changer idea in your mind, those technologies help you to do that, and the experienced people should leverage it.
Very true. So Ilker, I don't know what skills do you think students should learn for their self? Because I have my ideas, but I wonder what do you think about it, as a person who has many years experience about engineering. So how they can excel in engineering?
I was in India a week ago for an exhibition, for the contest of Dassault system, maybe
Yeah, it's Akruti.
Akruti 2023. I met many student teams there.
There were 14 student teams, actually. They compete each other. Yes,
they
amazing.
compete each
Watch
other.
it.
I tried to mention also there, and I saw that kind of students. I believe that collaboration, communication is also very strong part of the engineering skill set, if you ask me. Because even if you have the greatest idea, it's very important how to present it. And now engineering problems are very complex. So you have to collaborate with many disciplines. Some people say that you have to learn many disciplines, electric, electronic, mechanic. What I say, if you can effectively collaborate with different disciplines, it's enough good. But don't think that you can do everything alone. Collaboration is a must. And of course, you have to present yourself. So then, skill set, yes, you can learn SolidWorks. We can teach SolidWorks. Anyone can teach SolidWorks to a graduate, new graduate, because it's easy to use. But we need students that have the passion to do something. So the student teams are the ones that we are sponsoring also, because I can recognize students that have the passion to do something physically also. So if they spend their time to be part of a student team, I think they will learn most of the skills maybe they cannot learn just graduating from a university. They learn how to build things, how to collaborate even in the industry, how to collaborate with their friends to finish a project, how to give tasks to each other. These are the things that we couldn't learn at the university. I would love to. But now I met many students, even in India, in Turkey. Now they are talking about project management, task management. They say that we are collaborating with the electronic team, the electric team. these are something so new for me. And also, these are also something so new for the companies. So when you visit a company, it's not so common that you find engineers collaborating. It's not so common that they can present their products so well. So there's a big opportunity for new graduates. You can be the one bring all these capabilities to those companies.
Yeah, it's amazing. And also what I remember from our beginning conversation, you said when you apply for an internship to TechYas, they took you to the exhibition, and then you helped them talk about SolidWorks and the newest technologies. So exhibitions are also very important for networking, isn't it? And would you like to talk about them? Because I know you join many exhibitions around the world as well.
Yeah, still to follow up the new technology and the trends, exhibitions are still the most popular events.
Yes.
Today, internet is very strong. You can follow up many channels on Twitter or many websites to follow up the technologies and trends. But if you're alone, it could be a little bit complex for you. It's always very helpful to have face-to-face contacts with real engineers. So learn from internet, but find those engineers, experienced engineers on the field, and share your thoughts, share your knowledge and experience. And suddenly you will suddenly understand that they will recognize you. They will be really interested in you, because it's not so common that a student coming to my booth and sharing his opinion about the technology. It's not so common. So I quickly recognize this guy. I can quickly offer an internship, because we are looking for passion. People are really looking for this kind of students.
Thank you, Ilker. So I really, impressed your story from internship to the CEO of TechYas, the biggest reseller in Turkey. And can you give us 3 advice for students? What would you advise them? 3 important points for them to be more successful in the future.
First, of course, we are in this 3D design engineering world, and we believe our technologies and softwares. I advise them to start learning all these technologies early, not so late. It's a big common mistake that they say that we don't know what to do today, so we will learn all these technologies if we need after graduate. It's too late. I suggest them to start very early. They can easily find all the needed information around. They can even ask from me. I am ready to help anyone. But if they can learn early, and so that instead of just using an interface, they can learn the depth of the technology. So university is enough time to be one of the experts in that field. And I suggest them, maybe they cannot graduate as an expert engineer. It needs time and experience from the field, but they can graduate as an expert of using all these. And when they're graduated, they cannot find this time anymore. So they can be just a regular designer. But during the university time, they can be an expert in this field. And SOLIDWORKS certifications are great for them. At my time, there was no certification. But if I were them, I will start with the basic certification, CSWA it's called, if they don't know, in their first year. This is not a certificate they should get in the last year. And it's in their first year. Then they should look for the other certifications up to the professional ones. And even there are more sophisticated ones. If they have all the certifications, I guarantee that they will find the best job in their life for engineering degree. Don't miss this opportunity.
Perfect. The first advice is learn
Start early.
It's too late.
Start early to learn. Get your certifications. So be sure that you learn well. The second one.
The second one, yes.
The second one, practical knowledge is very important. It's so common that students just know everything theoretically, but they don't have any practical information. So internship is important. Looking for internship that they can really touch real life could be very interesting. But if not, student teams are great. They should be part of a student team. They should find a challenge. They can go be part of a Shell Echo, FRC, as Formula FA. There are many challenges around the world. They should be part of it. And today it's very popular. So when I met a student, I asked, which challenge are you competing? Are you a part of any student team? If not, I ask why. Because that's the place that they will learn discipline. They will learn how to handle complex projects, how to communicate with your challenging friends, nerd friends sometimes, how to manage them. These are really amazing skills you can learn during your university time. And the last, maybe the most important thing is, I think communication is very critical. To build your network is very important. So you have to be very active to meet people in the industry, to communicate your projects even is something that you have to work on it. And this is something that you can do during the university time. Student teams, they make presentations during the contest. They select someone to present the project on, for example. Be that guy. Challenge yourself. Don't tell that I am just an engineer. I do the best machine. It's not my job to explain or present what is it. No, do it. Because when you have all these, you will be a star.
Wow, Ilker, thank you very much for this very important three advices. I'm sure it helped the students to look further and do more. And thank you very much for your time for today. I hope I see you soon at 3D Experience World 2024. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and thank you again.
Thank you, Simge. Thank you for this time. It was a nice, going back to my old days. But I still have the passion. So anyone who wants to reach me, just find me.
Excellent. Thank you, Ilker.
Bye-bye.